In our last video, we discussed about simple microscope, but the magnification produced by a simple microscope is not that sufficient to give a detailed view of two very closely situated objects. Whereas, if we take a combination of two convex lenses, then the magnification produced will be larger. The instrument so designed is known as a compound microscope. Even a good quality compound microscope can produce magnification of the order of 1000. In compound microscope, two convex lenses are used. Among the two convex lenses, one is called objective, which is placed close to the object, and another convex lens which is near the eye is called eyepiece. Now its principle. It works on the principle that when a small object to be magnified is placed just beyond the focus of its objective lens, a virtual, inverted and highly magnified image of the object is formed at the least distance of distinct feature from the eye held close to the eyepiece. So now let us discuss about the ray diagram of the compound microscope in detail. Here these two are two actual pictures of compound microscope. Compound microscope has a great use in patholab to detect diseases. Also it is used in forensic department, and we also use it in our biology laboratory to observe the slide. Now let us discuss the ray diagram of a compound microscope. So as we already discussed, in compound microscope there are two lenses, both are convex lenses. The convex lens which faces the object to be viewed is called the objective. This lens is called the objective lens. It is having short focal length and small aperture, and this lens which faces the eye is called the eyepiece. It has also the small focal length and comparatively large aperture. Here the AB is the object which is situated beyond focus. This is FO is the focus of the objective lens. So here object AB is placed beyond the focus of the objective lens. As we know, when the object lies beyond the focus, then the image formed is real, inverted and large in size. So here A1, B1, this one is the image of this object AB, which is inverted, real and large in size. Now this image A1, B1 is formed between the focus and optical center of the eyepiece lens. See here FE is the focus of the eyepiece, and this A1, B1 or the eyepiece is so adjusted that this A1, B1 image formed by the objective lies between the focus and the optical center of the eyepiece lens. And we know that when the object lies between the focus and optical center of a lens, then the image formed is virtual, erect and magnified. Now this A1 B1 act as object for this eyepiece lens. That means A1 B1 is the object for this eyepiece lens, and as this A1 B1 lies between the focus and optical center of the eyepiece, so the image formed by this eyepiece will be virtual, erect and large in size. This A2 B2 is the image formed by eyepiece, or it is the final image formed. And this lens is so adjusted that this final image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision. This distance, see, O2 B2 distance is the least distance of distinct vision. By adjusting the screws of the tube, the final image can be formed at the least distance of distinct vision. Here O1B is the object distance U, O1B1 is the image distance for the lens objective lens, or for this image B1 A1 image, this is the image distance. Then this B2 O2 is the least distance of distinct vision where the final image is formed. Here this theta O, this angle theta O is the angle made by the object at the eye when the object is placed at the least distance of distinct vision. Actually, the object is placed here at this point B, or AB is the object. But if we place the object at this point B2, that is at the least distance of distinct vision, then this angle theta O is the angle made by the object. And theta I is the angle made by the image, final image B2A2 at the eye. And according to the definition, magnification A is the ratio of angle subtended by the image at the eye to the angle subtended by the object at the eye when both the image and object are situated at distance of distinct vision. So see here, this B2C is the position of the object and B2A2 is the position of the image at the least distance of distinct vision. And as per the definition, magnification is equal to theta I divided by theta O. So now let us start the derivation work. This one is the definition of the magnification. So we have to find the magnification produced by a compound microscope. See, so here it is the construction. It consists of two convex lenses of short focal length arranged coaxially at the ends of two sliding metal tubes. One lens is called objective, another is called eyepiece, and the distance between the two lenses can be varied by using rack and pinion arrangement. We have to remember this one. Now this is the same ray diagram. This is the working of the compound microscope. See, in the above diagram, AB is a small object situated on the principal axis at a distance slightly greater than the focal length of objective. As a refraction takes place through the objective, a real, inverted and magnified image A1B1 is formed. The eyepiece is so adjusted that A1B1 falls within its focal length, and so that final virtual image A2B2 of A1B1 is obtained at the distance of distinct vision D from the eye. And this is the magnification or magnifying power of a compound microscope. As I told, the magnifying power of a compound microscope is defined as the angle subtended by the final image at the eye to the angle subtended by the object at the eye when both the object and image are situated at the distance of distinct vision from the eye. So now let us do the derivation. Okay. So according to definition, AM is equal to theta I divided by theta O. This one is the theta O, this angle is theta O, and this angle is theta I. So as these angles are small angles, so we can write this as tan theta I divided by tan theta. This is equal to, see in this diagram, tan theta I, we have to find the tan theta I. See, in this triangle A2B2O2, tan theta I is equal to A2B2 divided by O2B2. This divided by tan theta O in this triangle B2CO2, tan theta O is equal to B2C divided by B2O2. But see, B2C is equal to AB, because B2C is nothing but we have replaced AB object to this point B2. So this can be written as A2B2 divided by O2B2 divided by AB divided by O2B2. So this O2B2 will be cancelled out. So this is equal to A2B2 divided by AB. Again, we know from the definition of magnification that it is the size of image to the size of object. So here the final image is A2B2 and the object is AB. So it is accordance to the definition of magnification. Again, we can write this as A2B2 divided by A1B1 into A1B1 divided by AB. But see, here A2B2 divided by A1B1 is the magnification produced by the eyepiece, because for eyepiece lens A2B2 is the image size and A1B1 is the object size. So this is the magnification produced by the eyepiece. Let us write it as M2 into, here A1 B1 divided by AB is the magnification produced by the objective lens, because for objective AB is the object and A1 B1 is the image size. So A1 B1 divided by AB is the magnification produced by objective. So let us write as M1. So where M1 is the magnification produced by the objective produced by objective lens, that is O, and M2 is the magnification produced by eyepiece. But see, in this diagram, eyepiece act like a simple microscope, because we know that from the principle of simple microscope, that when the object lies between the focus and optical center of a lens, convex lens, then the image formed is virtual, erect and magnified. So among these two lenses, objective and eyepiece, the eyepiece lens act as a simple microscope, and we already found the magnification of a simple microscope, that is m is equal to 1 plus d divided by f. So the magnification produced by E or eyepiece, that is M2, is equal to 1 plus d divided by f. Here f is the focal length of the eyepiece, which is FE. As E act as a simple microscope, and we already derived the magnification produced by a simple microscope. Where write this as equation number 2, this as equation number 1, and where FE is the focal length of eyepiece, and the magnification produced by the objective is M1, which is equal to A1 B1 divided by AB, and already we derived the magnification produced by lens is equal to image distance divided by object distance. Here for this objective lens, image distance is V and the object distance is U. So let us write this as equation number 3. Now from equation 1 we have M is equal to M1 into M2. So this is equal to M1 is equal to V divided by U, and M2 is equal to 1 plus D by Fe. But see, here this V and U are variable quantities because we can vary the object distance and accordingly this image distance V will vary. So let us replace these two values. Now see, if we bring this object AB nearer to the focus FO of this objective lens, then this image A1B1 formed by this objective will move closer to that of the eyepiece. That means if U, that object distance, is nearly equal to that of focal length of objective, because this length is the FO, focal length of objective, then this V will be nearly equal to that of the length of the tube. Tube length means the distance between the objective lens and eyepiece lens is the tube length L. Okay, so if U is close to that of the FO or object is close to that of the focus of the objective, then the object distance is nearly equal to the focal length of the objective lens and the image distance formed by the objective is nearly equal to the length of the tube. So this implies the magnification M is equal to, now let us replace V by the tube length L, which is a constant quantity, and this U by the focal length of the objective. Again it is a constant quantity. So into 1 plus, this is Fe, focal length of eyepiece, 1 plus D divided by Fe. So this is the final formula or expression of the magnification produced by a compound microscope when the final image is formed at distance of distinct vision. In our next video, we will find the magnification when the final image is formed at infinity.